Hey, welcome back to Puzzle Run. After so many speed puzzling practices, it's finally time to slow down and relax a bit. The other day, while walking through the puzzle section at the grocery store, this Galison puzzle caught my eye. I have never done this brand before, so I immediately grabbed it. This is a 1000-piece puzzle called Bibliophile Book Club Darlings by Jeanette Mount, an award-winning illustrator and designer. On the back of the box you can see the full image and actual piece size. I'm really curious to put this brand to the test, so let's get started. Alright, let's check what's inside and how the pieces look. Nice! We have a poster of the full image. It's a bit too small for 1000-piece puzzle, but hey, it's better than nothing. Now the pieces. I already see that they aren't premium quality. The cardboard feels cheap, you can clearly feel the layers, and even though the box says the gray board contains 90% recycled paper, I still wish the pieces felt a little sturdier. Another thing I personally don't like when the backs of the pieces are white. It's awful when the puzzle itself has white areas. You can't tell what's what. I also noticed some pieces still connected together, as if they weren't cut properly. And the biggest issue for me is that there is only one piece shape. I really don't like that. It makes the puzzle more difficult and honestly less fun. But these are just initial thoughts. Things can feel completely different once you start assembling. While flipping the pieces, I set aside the edges. That might help later. I also noticed the pieces can be damaged easily when separating the ones that were still attached, so I try to be careful as possible. So why did I choose this puzzle? First, I wanted to try a new brand. And second, the design looked really interesting. I thought it would be fun and fairly easy puzzle. Every book is unique and colorful, so you can work on each one separately. Once all the pieces were face up, I struggled to decide which book to start with. There were so many colors and some of them overlapped across multiple books. Eventually, I picked the blue book and started there. And actually it was a very satisfying process. You gather the pieces for one book, build it, and then the edges of the next book naturally guide you forward. Slowly, the whole image starts coming together. After a slightly challenging start, it definitely gets easier. You can quickly identify which pieces belong to which book. For a detailed puzzle like this, the reference image helps a lot. You can see that the poster never left my side. I just wish it was a bit bigger. It would have made finding the pieces easier. And of course, with every finished book, there were fewer pieces left, so progress felt faster and faster. I really enjoy building the books. Each one was unique and colorful. Some were quick and easy, others were a bit more challenging. I liked that variation. It kept things interesting. Naturally, I focused on the colorful books first, and I left many of the white pieces for last. And that's when I realized this might get tough. Eventually, all the books were done, and only the solid white pieces were left. I decided to stop and count them. It didn't look like a lot. Most of the puzzle was finished already, so I told myself, just push through and it will be done. Well, after counting, I had 135 white pieces left. That's when I understood what kind of a challenge was waiting for me. Alright, I thought the edge pieces would help, so I started working on the frame. Piece by piece I tried to complete it, but it was horrible. I had so many false fits. It was almost impossible to tell if a piece was actually correct. I already had a few false fits when working on the books, but at least there you could notice the mistake quickly. But here, with solid white pieces, no chance. Eventually, I was just trying every piece in every spot. It was ridiculous. Imagine, you have over 100 pieces, all the same shape, all solid white. You have to try each one in multiple orientations. Add false fits on the top of that, and you have the worst puzzling experience imaginable. You know, I don't mind brute forcing a puzzle when needed. But when you don't even know if the piece that fits is actually correct, it adds an entirely new level of frustration. I don't even know how to put that feeling into words. Just enjoy this quick time lapse of the pain. Near the end, I had just a few pieces left, but of course, that wasn't the end. I had multiple false fits buried in the puzzle, so I had to hunt them down and fix everything. But eventually it was done. My suffering was over. It started as really fun puzzle. I loved working on the books, but it ended as one of the worst puzzling experience I ever had. I honestly thought about quitting, but I had already completed so much that I couldn't walk away. Yes, I finished the challenge, but I don't feel happy about it. I genuinely think puzzles like this shouldn't exist. It was just bad. I really don't like being negative, so let me add a few positive things. I liked the design and assembling the books was fun. If I ever do another Galison puzzle, it will have to be because of the image is amazing. And I have to be sure I won't run into these issues again. Maybe it was just me. If you had a different experience, let me know in the comments below. That's all for today. Thank you for watching, happy puzzling, and see you next time. Bye!